How would I describe the Hydey?
Dodgy, in a good way.
Just a grotty little pub.
A refuge for oddballs.
A place for scumbags and dropouts and no-hopers who play rock and roll.
The carpet was ingrained with sweat, cigarettes, stale beer. So it really was like the floor was sticky, the light was dim. It was like going into a swamp, but it was where all the indie bands and the punk bands went.
Yeah, it was only, I think, around 96 or 97, I think, that bands started playing there.
Started with a one night on a Saturday night. We thought we'd try some, just some people in the bar were talking about, let's try some music. So we tried a Saturday night. Then after a few weeks, started to pick up. So we went and did another night on a Friday night. And then, different things from there sort of sprung up. And before we knew it, we were doing 7 nights a week. And that went on for years.
They used to say that it was the ultimate test of whether your band was any good if you could pull off the Hydey.
You could literally reach out and touch the person right in front of you. Sometimes that meant someone disrupting a band while they're playing, other times it meant bands dancing with whatever crazy drunk people were on the floor.
The Hydey allows you to do things that no other place did.
I agree.
I don't think the Homicides could have existed if
Not
if
true.
the Hydey did not. No, we were banned from
everywhere.
The Hyde Park reminded me of when I went to New York in 1976 and went to CBGB's, and it reminded me of that place. That was a pretty small, down-to-earth club in the Bowery.
Pretty good when you wore the 2 jackets that time.
2? I wore like an 18 or something.
Well, I was trying to set it up.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Jesus.
Favourite night was when we were playing the pool room for a double stage or something. We were playing the pool room, and after about one song, the crowd pulled all the lights out of the ceiling and so forth. And so it was pitch black.
You wore the 2 jackets. So everyone's like, hey, 2 jackets. Well, you put on some more jackets. I believe you wore 17, 18 jackets.
I think it was 18, perhaps. Bugsy and Johnny jump off not the stage, but off the floor and start punching people in the crowd. And people in the crowd started punching us, and it ended up in an all-in brawl in the dark.
But then we wrapped you up in Donny paper as
Yes,
well.
That's right.
And you became the Hyde Park Mummy.
Yeah.
And then you just played the show like that, which in and of itself wasn't that amusing, except that Corky kept trying to light you on fire.
Yeah. Then the manager comes up and apologises and goes, "I'm sorry for that. It wasn't him who pulled the lights down,
And there was quite a sort of a bogan sort of Aussie lady that used to dance with her sunnies on with their keys.
Do you remember Keychain Lady? We were playing a gig and this woman just sort of gets up during one of our songs and she had this giant chain of keys.
Oh no, that's a guy.
No, it was a woman.
No, that's a guy. There was a guy with a keychain.
No, and she did this dance.
There was a woman that did a dance.
Yeah, and
there was a woman who did a dance. She didn't have the big ring though. That was a guy.
I always remember on the Fridays the Jump for Joy nights, which Joy, who works behind the bar there, had instigated with Steve Spenceley.
Jump for Joy was Steve Spenceley actually started that. Him and I started that together. We did a Jump for Joy thing, and we decided to raise some money for a foundation. So I decided the Kidney Foundation, because Paul's son actually had kidney problems when he was born, and over the 6 years that we had the Jump for Joy, I think we raised $14,000.
It was a big venue, and it took a lot of, money to turn on every day. I suppose that was a bit of an issue, but we got an offer from one of the big chains, and if it wasn't us, it was going to be somewhere in the area. So that would have taken a lot of our bottle shop trade away, which would have made it pretty hard to sort of continue on how we were going, so we just sort of took that opportunity.
The thing that was significant about Paul Higgins running the pub was that it was a community family atmosphere, which sounds like it's a contradiction when we're talking about, you know, people with mohawks throwing themselves around and floors littered with glass and phone books ripped to shreds. It sounds like it was, you know, a violent hellhole, but it actually wasn't. It was a pretty supportive atmosphere.
There's a blockage somewhere. The crap bands don't have a place to turn into good bands. The venues that only take good bands can't have them, and there's nowhere for them to really develop.
The Hyde Park was like a home of the independent music scene in Perth. The true rock and roll scene.
I feel really sorry for the whole bunch of kids growing up now who aren't going to have a place like that that's kind of dirty and raw.
While the Hydey's down, you know, there's still heaps of bands out there playing and doing their thing, and we all have that bit of hope that we'll be able to come back.
I'm a drummer in a rock and roll band, I dig it.